morning students, my name is Divya and from so on I will take your lectures. Students, in the earlier lecture you have already learned the concept of sets, different type of set, how to represent the set builder form, union of a set and so on. So we will continue the concept of sets here. So the first kind of set that we are talking about is an equivalent set. So what is an equivalent set? You have already done the concept of equal set when the number of elements as well as the elements are same in a set, it is known as equal set. But now we will talk about equivalent set. And in equivalent set we will only talk about the numbers of the elements in the set and we will not talk about the elements. For example, let us see two sets. A contains element 1 and 2, B contains element A and B. The elements are not same, but the number of elements in both the set are same. So we can say that set A and B are equivalent set. Set A and B are not equal, but they are equivalent set. So student, when we talk about the number of the elements in a set, we also call it cardinality. I can say that cardinality of set A is 2, or I can say number of elements in set A is 2, it's 1 and the same thing. Students, now we'll talk about subsets. You have already done the concept of subset in the last lecture, but let us just revise it once more. So, okay, I take a set A which has elements A, B, C, D, E, and I take another subset whose elements are B and C. As you can see, a set A is a bigger set because it has 5 elements and set B is a smaller set because it has only 2 elements. But we know that the elements of B is contained in elements of A. So I can write it as B is a subset of A. That B is a subset of A. Or another method to represent it, we can write it as A is a subset of B. So this sign that you are seeing here is the sign of a subset. We also read it as, oh sorry, I just written it wrong. B is a subset of A. So the one method to read is B is a subset of A. Another method to read is B is contained in A. Understood? Okay. Then there is another concept. For example, I am taking example is, let us take an example of a set A which contains 1, 2 and 3 and another set B which also contains 1, 2 and 3. We know that set A and B are equal and you have also learned in the last lecture that A is a subset of B as well as B is a subset of A. So I can write it as A is a subset of B. And we know that they are equal. So here's another concept. We can write it as A is contained in B or equal to B. Here we know that they are equal, therefore we have written they are contained or equal in B. I randomly write that there are two sets X and Y. X is a subset of Y. So if I have written an equal sign underneath this subset sign, that means X and Y can also be equal if I don't know the elements that contains in X and Y. So, or I can also write it as B is contained in A. It's one and the same thing, and they are also known as super will do is proper subset. Here again, let us take an example. Set A contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and set B contains 1, 2 and 3. So as you have already learned this concept, how I can write this, that B is a subset of A. But I will not put an equal sign because I already know the elements. I know that they are not equal. So B has less number of elements and A have greater number of elements. It is known as B is a subset of A, or for a better definition we can say B is a proper subset of A. By definition it says that B is a proper subset of A if elements of B is contained in elements of A and one element of A should not be in B, that is 4. And the next is power set. So what is the power set? Power set is nothing but it is the set of all the subsets of given set. It may sound very confusing, but students, it's not at all confusing. Let us explore it with an example. For example, a set contains two elements A and B. So what will be its subsets? Subsets will be A, B, A and B. But I am saying that there will be another subset, that is null. Null set. Null set is always represented with a sign known as phi. Phi, phi. Null set is always represented as this symbol. So null is a subset of each and every set. So students, power set which is represented by PA. So we simply have to do is हमें जो सेट गिवन है उसके जितने सबसेट्स बनते हैं हमने वो लिख देने हैं. एंड वी ऑलरेडी नो कि नल सेट है वो तो ऑलरेडी एक सबसेट है. So this will be the power set of A. Now students, let us see the concept of a Venn diagram. Venn diagram. Venn diagram is nothing but a pictorial representation of a set. मैं बोलती हूँ कि एक सेट है which contains element A, B, C. This is a set which contains some alphabets, or I represent it as this is a set A. It contains element A, B and C. It's one and the same thing. It's just कि हमने इसको listing method से लिखा है और इसको हमने Venn diagram के method से लिखा है, but it means one and the same thing. So whenever we represent a Venn diagram, we represent it with an oval or a circle. We can represent it in a triangle, or we can represent it in a square or a rectangle. But we prefer the circle or the oval shape more as compared to this triangle and square shape. So let us see here that how a union of two sets will look in a Venn diagram. You already know that So this will be A union B. But how we will represent in a Venn diagram? We will make a set A and represent all its elements. We will also make set B, but before making set B, the common element, that is 3, we will put it in the common part of set A and B. और हम इसको सिर्फ एक ही बार लिखेंगे, इसको हम दो बार नहीं लिखेंगे. So this is how a union of A and B will look. And if I have to shade A union B, it will be the whole part. Now let us see intersection. How intersection of A and B will look. We already know that A intersection B will be 3. It only contains the elements that are common, and if I represent it in a Venn diagram, it will look like this. So when we are talking about union, the whole part came, and when we were talking about intersection, only the intersection part came, only the common part that we will only take under. Now let us see some of the properties that are commonly used. Here A union B is always equals to B union A. या तो आप A union B निकालो या फिर B union A निकालो, it's one and the same thing. In the similar way, A intersection B is always equals to B intersection A. So the second property is A union B union C is equals to A union B union C. पहले आप A union B निकालो और फिर C का यूनियन साथ में लो, या फिर B union C निकालो और फिर A का यूनियन साथ में लो, it's one and the same thing. Third, A union null set. Null set is a set जिसमें कोई एलिमेंट ही नहीं होता. अगर मैं A का यूनियन null set के साथ लूंगी तो obviously A ही आएगा. If I am saying that here there is no element, it's a null set. So what will be the A? 1, 2 and 3 only. Understood? In the similar way, here A intersection B intersection C is always equals to A intersection B intersection C. पहले मैं A और B का इंटरसेक्शन करूं फिर C के साथ करूं, या फिर पहले मैं B और C का इंटरसेक्शन करूं फिर A के साथ करूं, it's one and the same thing. Here also third property is A intersection 5, that is null subset. It will always be 5. Why? Let us just see here. If I say that A set is this, B set is this, so here A intersection B, A और B में तो कोई common A और, so they will look like this. B is null, this is 1, 2, 3. A और B में तो कोई common factor है ही नहीं, कोई common element है ही नहीं, तो that therefore the answer will be 5, that is null subset, null set, sorry. So the next concept here we are going to do is intervals, open intervals, closed intervals, semi-open, semi-closed and so on. But before starting the concept of interval, let us quickly brush up the concepts that we have already done. Okay, how will I write that 4 is less than 6? It's very easy. 7 is less than 8. 10 is greater than 5. बोल दिया x, and I am saying that x, if I have to write x is greater than 5, I will write it as like this, x is greater than 5. If I have to write that x is less than 5, I will write like this. It's again easy. But now I am saying कि अब x तो हमें पता नहीं है ना क्या है, तो x can also be greater or equal to 5 because x belongs to real numbers. If I have to write that x is greater than or equal to 5, I will write it like this. If I have to write x is less than or greater than 5, less than or equal to 5, I will write it like this. Understood? This is a very easy concept and you have already done it in your earlier classes. Now I will write one statement. X is greater than 5 but less than 10. How will I write this statement in an equation? It's very easy. मैंने बोला जो x है वो 5 से तो बड़ा है लेकिन 10 से छोटा है. I am saying x is greater than 5 but less than 10. It's very simple. Now I am saying x is greater than or equal to 5 and less than or equal to 10. Now here I am saying greater भी हो सकता है और शायद equal भी हो सकता है. How will I write this? Simply like we have done earlier, I will write it like this. But when I am saying it can also be equal, I will just put simply an equal sign underneath the greater than or less than sign. Understood? It's a very simple concept. Now we will come to intervals. First is an open interval. So what do we understand by an open interval? I will first write it and then I will explain. I am saying that there is any x which belongs to real numbers, and I will say that x belongs to real and x is written, x is smaller than a, x is greater than a and smaller than b, where a and b also belongs to reals. It may sound very confusing but it's not. Let us use number line to represent it because all real numbers can be represented on a number line. So I am saying that there are two numbers a and b. एक a ये रहा और b हम यहाँ रिप्रेजेंट कर लेते हैं. फिर मैं बोल रही हूँ कि x is strictly greater than a but less than b. मतलब वो a और b के बीच में लाई करता है. बट यहाँ पर मैंने इक्वल का साइन नहीं डाला है. तो here I will simply put an open holes and I will just bold this line and I will write x underneath it. It will explain me that this will represent that x vary from a to b, but x की वैल्यू a नहीं है और x की वैल्यू b भी नहीं हो सकती. a और b के बीच में कुछ भी हो सकती है. Now let us take an example that x lies between 2 and 4. How will I represent it on a number line? open hole here. Make this line bold and write x here, which means that 2 and 4 are not equal to x, but 2 और 4 के बीच में जितने भी नंबर्स हैं वो ये x हो सकते हैं. And if when we will represent it in a form of a set, we will always write open set with this bracket and two elements with a comma sign. If I have to write this, so it will be written as this, and it will mean that 2 and 4 are not included and the numbers between 2 and 4 are included. So the next is closed intervals. So what are closed intervals? I say that x such that x belongs to reals, x is greater than or equal to a, less than or equal to b. And how I will represent it in a number line? For example, here a lies, here b lies. Now, here I said that they are strictly greater, x is strictly greater than a. Here I am saying it can be greater than or equal to. So I will put a closed hole here and here, and I will simply bold this line. This is how I can represent a closed interval. Second, if I have to write it, I will use this square bracket. I will use this bracket and I will write a comma b. And this bracket will represent that a and b are included. For example, if I take this same example and if I say that x is greater than equal to 4 and less than equal to greater than equal to 2, less than equal to 4, I will just make a solid or a closed hole here. I will just bold this line and write x here. This will be my representation. And when I have to represent it in a set, I will represent it like this. So the next type of interval is semi-closed interval. From the word semi, we can understand that एक पार्ट से ओपन होगी और एक पार्ट से क्लोज होगी. सेमी क्लोज्ड इंटरवल. So I am saying x such that x belongs to real number, and here x semi-closed. So means ये पहले वाले नंबर से तो क्लोज्ड होगी लेकिन दूसरे वाले नंबर से ओपन होगी. मैंने फर्स्ट वाला नंबर दैट इज a, that x will be greater than or equal to a, but x will be strictly less than b. And how I will represent it? जहां से वो क्लोज्ड है वहां पर तो एक सॉलिड डॉट, और जहां पर वो ओपन है वहां पर एक ओपन और एन एम्प्टी. And I will just bold this. This is how I will represent. And when I have to represent in a set, I will simply put a square bracket here and this bracket here. It will represent that it is closed from A. That means I will include A in X, but I will not include B in X. So the fourth one is semi-open. Semi-open means x such that x belongs to R. वो फर्स्ट वाले नंबर से तो ओपन है लेकिन जो सेकंड नंबर है उससे वो क्लोज्ड है. एंड नाउ आई थिंक यू ऑल नो हाउ टू रिप्रेजेंट दिस. यहाँ से ये ओपन है तो आई विल सिंपली पुट अ एम्प्टी डॉट हेयर or an because it is closed from B, I will bold this line and will write X. And if I have to represent it, I will simply represent it as it is closed from A, it is open from A and closed from B. So now let us take an example now. All real numbers greater than A, and A is also a real number. So here I can write X such that X belongs to R and X is greater than A. I am not saying that X is greater than or equal to. I simply said that X is greater than A. How will I represent this? For example, here A exists, and obviously I am saying greater than, so it will move up to infinity. And I have not said that X is equal to, then obviously we will put a open hole here and we will bold all the line up to infinity. And if we have to write it in a set form, I will simply write A infinity. We never include infinity, we never write infinity in a closed bracket because infinity is not a number, it's just an imagination that a number may exist at the last. So similarly, if I say all real numbers greater than or equal to A, I will write it X. X belongs to real such that X is greater than equal to A. How will I represent it? It's very simple. If there exists A, and obviously I am saying if greater than, it will move up to infinity. I will simply bold this line and here I will put a solid dot because it says greater than or equal to. Okay, and how will I write it? I will write it in a closed bracket A up to infinity, and we know that infinity पे कभी भी closed bracket नहीं आता. Now let us just revise the concept of less than. So I am taking an example. All real numbers less than A. So here I will write X such that X belongs to real such that X is less than A. How will I represent? If here minus infinity, here it exists plus infinity. When I am talking about is less than A, I will talk about all the number which lie on this side because I am saying here X is less than A. And I have not written an equal to sign, therefore I will put an open hole here. I will simply bold this line, and if I have to write this, I will simply write minus infinity to A. And now I am saying all the real numbers less than or equal to A. X such that X belongs to reals and X is less than or greater to A. How will I represent it? I will simply make a line. For example, A exists here, minus infinity exists here, infinity exists here. I am saying X is less than or equal to A, therefore I will put a solid dot here. I will simply bold this line, and if I have to write it, I will write minus infinity to A in a closed bracket. So student, this is all that you have done right now comes under sets. So the next topic that we are going to do is relation. So students, what do you understand by relation? Relation is nothing but relation that we generally use the term in the daily life. आपका और मेरा relationship एक teacher और student का है. Your father and you have a relationship of a father or a daughter or a father or a son. Similarly, सिंपल एज दैट। हमने सिर्फ ये देखना है कि नंबर्स का आपस में रिलेशंस क्या है, वो कैसे एक दूसरे के साथ बिहेव करते हैं। दैट्स इट, इट इज एज सिंपल एज दैट। So before doing relationship, we have to do one concept, that is ordered pair. So as the name suggests, what is an ordered pair? For example, I take two elements A and B. So A and B will be known as ordered pair if their order remains same and the order in which they exist is important. We can't write it as B, A. A, B और B, A में बहुत फर्क है। तो I am saying ऑर्डर्ड पेयर वही है जिसका ऑर्डर मैटर करता है, सेम रहता है और हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है। व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट ऑर्डर्ड पेयर, सो A विल बी इट्स फर्स्ट कंपोनेंट और एलिमेंट, B will be known as its second element or component. Now we will talk about equal pairs.